Will Dean's antics lead to Shirley's return? Question that's been asked on the r/EastEnders subreddit. Well, obviously, look, Shirley has been tipped to return for a while. When Lauren returned, she was revealed to be, like, imminently back, and, well, we're still yet to see where Shirley will come in. People thought maybe she would be in the mental hospital that Denise was in, as Dean said that she'd been sectioned. And it's kind of like, how will she come back? Now, I can easily see Dean getting, like, Jean, like, almost trying to get her, like, sent away for tampering with Jade's medication, as he won't take responsibility. But I could see Shirley coming back being like, don't you fucking dare. Like, you better fucking not. But I will just say, I don't think people will like Shirley as much as we're expecting them to. Because this may be me taking what Dean said about Shirley. But, as far as, and we have to take it because it's all that Dean said about Shirley so far. Shirley clearly went to stay with Dean and Carly, and then at some point stayed with Dean, and then at some point he said that Shirley had sectioned herself because, she was struggling with the grief of Mick. And within this grief, Dean said, yeah, she believes me now, She doesn't believe you, Linda. She hates the relation. She hates you. She doesn't you didn't support her after Mick died. You fully just climbed up. You didn't talk to her. So now, in a way, if she does come back, there's a very big possibility that she sides with Dean. I know everybody's got their head in the sand thinking that it's not possible, and people say, oh, no, Dean's lying. But, Shirley's dealing with grief, and Shirley's never really been good at dealing with grief. Shirley self-destructs. She fucking fully wants to die, essentially. She's had enough. So, what's to tell that she isn't, on Dean's side? Why would she not believe her son if she's riddled with grief, and he's pretty much the only son and the only bit of family she has left? What do you reckon? Do you reckon Shirley will come back and people like her, or?
Nope, people won't like her.
I feel like it'll be like the Ian Beale thing, where it's like, oh, Ian's back, yeah. Ian's back. Why is Ian such a weaselly rat bag? And it's like, come on. Come on. Yeah, sure, she'll obviously have the big Shirley moments, but in a way we haven't seen how Shirley will have, dealt with his grief, so we don't know what state she's going to be in when she gets back. So, I'm not saying if this happens and she's exactly how I'm describing her, I'm going to fucking go on an absolute rampage telling everybody that I was right and you were wrong. But I definitely am. Because fuck you, I've been saying this all along. And I'm worried. I'm worried that people won't like Shirley, but I'd also feel like it'll build to obviously... look, if Shirley gets back, Shirley's going to realise that she's essentially been replaced. From the surface, it's like, oh, you found your mum and your new, fucking family now. Forgotten about me, have you? And our family. And I can't imagine it'll be particularly, maybe she's an alcoholic, still. Maybe that comes out. Can't imagine Shirley will be too fucking pleased. That's all I'm saying, but let's take a look at fucking... Let's take a look at what the EastEnders subreddit says. To see whether people are realising this is very possible. Someone says, returning viewer from 20 plus years ago, watch Shirley's view on Dean and Linda. Does she accept her devil spawn as a rapist or believe it's sociopathic bullshit? He's definitely trying to stitch Jean up. I reckon it'll be her daughter that'll be his undoing. She'll figure it out. Someone says she believed Dean for a while, but realized he was lying and believed Linda. She just disowned him. And they then mention that when Shirley left, when she left, fucking, she stayed with Dean. So, come on, boys. Someone says, with Jean being Shirley's best mate, it'd be very odd for her to not contact her about this. Shirley was fostering Jade at one point with Buster, and they clearly kept up a relationship based on things Jade said. I think if Shirl doesn't come back for this story, we'll have to accept that Linda Henbury is actually done with EastEnders. It just seems like a gaping hole of a story for her not being involved. Mind you, it's kind of ridiculous that Shabnam hasn't made an appearance too. I'm really having a hard time just imagining her leaving Jade with a rapist out because Jane felt stifled and wanted to know him. She's just after a lung transplant, currently ill. I know Zainab is also ill, but as far as I know, it's not serious according to Jade. Imagine it's similar to Michelle. She's going to have to follow an operation or illness. Couldn't Tamar or Saeed pop over? Also feels weird. This whole Dean story is just a bit weird. I don't think so. What are you supposed to do? Like, the actress isn't going to come back. And as far as, yes, Shabnam knows exactly who Dean is. But also is still a father, and she didn't just want to expose the truth about Dean immediately. She wanted to, you have the option if you want to get to know your dad. I don't know. Someone says, Shirley should walk in and smack him with a shovel, bury him in the place where they put the trees. I believe Luke sprayed the victim. Nobody says anything, they all help fill in the hole, and the square moves on.
Don't understand all this Dean hate, lads. Why? I understand these. I understand he hasn't clenched his sins, but come on, lads. Can we not all enjoy the character while he's here? Come on. I know he's a bad person, but we all love a bad boy, right? We all love a bad boy.
No. I will say I do enjoy the character, but in a way, I do like how the character's played. I do enjoy how the character comes across. I don't like what Dean did. I don't appreciate what Dean did. I have no fucking. I'm not in my brain, Dean isn't a good fucking person. He's done some horrific shit, and that's not to be downplayed. But I do say that this kind of cockroach iteration has been really fucking interesting.
Yep.
And
I agree.
It's kind of what I don't know how honestly, I don't know how he lives with himself. His existence is shit, and it's all his own doing, and he knows it's all his fault. But he still can't help making his shit worse for himself. It's kind of absurd. Dean isn't living a good life. Alright? He's not proud of the actions he's done. He's just content that he still gets to fucking not be arrested and not be behind bars. But, he's not happy. He's not fucking seeing anyone. He's lonely. He's he's probably depressed. He's really not having a good time. Which is an interesting one to see. Because, he's desperate and he's trying to, defend himself in a way. He's trying to, I don't remember the word, but, he's in self-preservation mode, I guess. But yeah, Dean's antics will almost definitely lead to a Shirley return. I can't imagine I can't imagine there be any world where Shirley doesn't come back involved in the Shirley stuff. I still say I still wouldn't mind Dean getting set up to take the rap for the murder of Keanu. I still think that's an interesting angle, and I think we'd still get what we had before, where Shirley would be trying to figure out what's happening to her son, where she's kind of investigating things. And obviously, this still puts Linda and Shirley at war, puts Linda and Sharon, Shirley and Sharon at war, But a lot of even Denise, or one of her like closest friends. Like, still a lot of interesting angles we could have that go. But yeah, who the fuck knows how Shirley will come back? I'm looking forward to it regardless. It will be fun. Still don't think she'll get as people love her because she's Shirley, but I think if she does genuinely start to believe Dean and has been having a very rough time, like I can't fucking, I honestly can't know. Jesus, sorry, I got really distracted while saying that. Essentially, if she does end up despising, end up hating Linda and appreciating Dean, obviously it'll be really interesting to see how the fans will kind of be like, what the fuck? Ruining Shirley. That should be really fun to see. But there we are. Anything else to add on this one, mate?
No, I just find Dean an interesting character. Poor Jean is in trouble. Never trust a man who wears the same clothes 6 months in a row. So that's my advice. Don't trust Dean. But again, I love a bad boy. I love Dean. I'm not proud of his actions, but he's a great cockroach, and that's what makes him funny to me. Because again, I always use the analogy. It's funny because like when Nish or not Nish, when Suki walks into the shop, everyone's like, "Oh, hello, Suki. How are you, Suki? How are you? You want the usual? Yeah, you want your smokes? Yeah, that's good." Dean walks in, get the fuck out, you rapist. Like, I love that comparison because it's just fucking like everyone's patting, like, let's just say Suki on the back, like, "Oh, you're a lesbian now, come on." Dean walks in, hot two, spit on him, punch him, kick him. I love it. Because no one likes him, and I love it because his own daughter likes him but doesn't like him. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's the kind of anti thing where you're like, I don't like this cup of tea, but I will have it. Thank you for the cup of tea, but I don't like it, but I will have it. Thank you. That's how I feel that Jade feels.
Yeah.
And it will be nice to see if Shirley does come back. Would love if Shirley came back, but I don't see in a reality where she doesn't. Unless Linda Henry is just done for the next 5 years, then that could be a possibility. We don't really know.
I can't imagine her like just deciding to do that, but I mean, like, they wouldn't say she's coming back if they hadn't already had something planned. And I assume it's just about waiting for the time to fucking like unveil it at the right moment, at the right time. And I imagine the right time will be when Dean inevitably tries to set up Jean, or like she finds out too much, so he attacks her or something, and she saves one of her best friend's lives. It feels like the perfect time to bring back the character, and that's generally how I believe it'll happen. How do you think it'll happen? Tell us in the comment section down below. If you want to support the channel, we have a bunch of different stuff in the description. Wrestling channel, Patreon, coffee, YouTube memberships, and finally a Discord if you want to join in on the conversation. Thank you for watching. Watching Walford. Make sure to join us on the next one. See you then. Bye-bye.